Hi there, it is Tracy with Totally Trace. I am live with you this morning on Friday. I did get the day off of school today. My county is doing 4-day weekends to try and convince families to take vacations around these 4-day weekends instead of taking Fridays and Mondays off throughout the school year. So I'm excited to be off and live with you today. I'm actually dressed in my bathing suit because I am in Florida, and as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to enjoy this perfect weather we're having today, and I'm heading to the pool. But first, I'm going to make 2 pop-up cards. So I'm going to follow the same template but show you totally different versions. All right, and of course, I'm hoping that some of you will join me and talk to me because I'm going to have you make a choice for me because I couldn't make a choice. I am using Terrific Toadstools. The reason I'm using that for my first card is because that is my spotlight bundle for these 2 weeks. And it's also the same bundle that I'm featuring in my card class to go. And so I have that in the comments if you would like to order this card class to go. It comes with 6 by 6 sheets of paper, 20 of the iridescent gems, and then all the cardstock dies already prepped for you, envelopes, and then you'll get a PDF tutorial on how to make those cards. And of course, I've demonstrated them live, so you'll also have the video links that you can watch. And then these are the cards that I've made. So this is what you'll be making with the kit. There are 5 of them. So those are the 5, but today I'm gonna make a different card. So if you've been following me, you know that I love this popping up to say hi. It has so inspired me to make all kinds of fun pop-up cards, and I'm definitely going to be keeping this around even when I'm not playing with mushrooms. All right, so let's get started. So I have a sheet of Pretty in Pink. This is a normal card base. All I did was take a full-size sheet of paper and cut it right down the middle at 5.5. So I end up with a 5.5 and an 8.5 card base. And then I'm gonna score it at 4.25. I almost just cut it. All right, and then this is going to be an important piece of the card. So I'm gonna use this as a template. This is a 3.25 inch by 2.5 inch rectangle. And then what you are going to do is you're gonna cut it on the diagonal. So you'll just line up each corner in your trimmer, and then you'll cut it so that you end up with 2 pieces. I have 3, you'll see why later. You'll end up with 2 pieces. Okay, that's gonna be key because that's how we're gonna create that fun fold. So again, that's a 3.25 by 2.5 inch rectangle that you're gonna cut. All right, so here is what I'm gonna do with this. So I folded my card, and now I'm gonna take this and put it in the corner. And you can see there's 2 ways to do it. You can do it this way, or you can do it this way. And I want it this way. It doesn't really matter. What's gonna matter is you keep it the same way every time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line that up in my trimmer. So I'm gonna keep that in this corner. And then I'm using that as my template for where I'm gonna score, not cut, score. Okay, I'm gonna give that a good score. All right, here's the important part. And I tell you it's important because I've completely messed this up. I'm gonna take this and just move it to the back. It's important to do it that way. I'm gonna do it again because you want it to be the exact same placement. So I'm just gonna take it and move it to the back. And now I can flip it over. So same thing, I'm gonna try and get it lined up as best I can. If it's not perfect, you'll see it doesn't really matter, but you do want it close. And then I'm gonna get it lined up, and I'm gonna score on this side too. Okay, so this is where the fun fold part comes in. You've got to work it a little bit, but I promise it's doable. So the first thing is I want this to go this way, And then I want these to go this way. So I don't know if you can see my score line. It's going this way. So I start at this corner and I just kind of crease it as I go. And then I'm gonna do the same thing over on this side. So I'm gonna start at this end and just crease it as I go. And then I'm gonna fold the card. Okay, and now I'm gonna crease this. So this is going to create a pop-up. All right, so I see some of you are joining me. Let's see. I can see Anne there. I can't see anybody else. So if you're here, say hi. And I'm gonna ask your opinion. So I'm actually gonna use 2 of these sheets. I definitely want the middle one, but I'm wondering which one do you think is better? I'm gonna use this on the inside and I want something else to coordinate on the outside. So while you're thinking about that, I'm going to show you what I do with the one that goes on the inside. I'm going to cut it to 4 inches by 5 1/4 inch. So really all I'm doing is making it the same size as my card base minus 1/4 inch on the length and the width. Okay. And now I'm back to using this template. So I'm going to match it up to my card. Okay, so this is going on the inside. So I want this piece cut out. So I'm putting that there, which means I want this piece cut out. So like I said, this template you're going to use quite a bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to line it up in my trimmer. And this time I am cutting. Okay, so that piece is going to go right there. And now I have this piece that I can put there, but I'm actually gonna flip it and put it there. And I'm gonna cut just a little bit off of each side. Hopefully you're following along with me still and this isn't feeling too complicated. All right, no opinions yet. Okay, so that's gonna go there. So again, you're thinking which one of these is gonna go on the front of my card. If you don't decide, I'm gonna have to finally make the choice. I kept looking at it this morning, was like, which one do I want? And I couldn't decide. All right, so that's gonna get glued there. And then this will get glued. So I'm doing the inside of my card right now. All right, I'm not seeing any comments from you, so let's see. I really love this paper, but I'm worried that the green is too much for the pink. And then this paper, I worry about it being coordinating with this, but we're gonna go with this one since I'm not hearing from you. So same thing, I'm gonna cut this to 4 by 5 1/4, just like you would for the layer of any card or most cards that you're making, that first layer that you put on your card base. Okay, and then I'm gonna use my template again. So this is going here, which means I want to cut off, and see, I don't want to cut off that way. I want to cut off that way. So I'm going to get that lined up. And then get it lined up in my trimmer. Whoops, let's try that again. We're going to cut that piece off. All right, so I'm done with my trimmer for a little bit. So this is going to get glued here. Sorry, I just hit the camera, so you're shaking a little bit. I keep promising I'll show you my setup, but the camera really is like right in front of my face. So I tend to hit it a lot. Okay, so here is the gist of the card. Oh, wait, and now I have this piece, and so I'm gonna flip this piece and put it there. And so I'm not done with my trimmer. because I do want to trim this down just a little bit, just to give a little bit more of that pink edge for you to see. All right. I hope you're sticking with me. The fun part's about to happen, I promise. Okay, now the front I tend to keep very simple when I'm doing one of these fun folds, because I really want the surprise to be on the inside. So I'm just gonna add a sentiment. And I'm using Melon Mambo, and of course that popping up to say hi. And I've got it on one of the stylish shape tags. There we go. Okay, and so I'm really thinking I just might keep it there. Actually, I think it might be more fun up there. Let's do it there. So I'll just put a little glue on this side. Now, if you're attempting this fun fold, of course, you could do a lot more if you want. But I'm going to save it for the inside. Okay, so now the inside, I'm actually going to have something pop up here. So what I've done is I've used the Stylish Shapes, the largest circle, and I cut it out of that like paper. It's in the same paper as this that kind of looks like a mushroom stem. I'm not sure if that was the goal of it, but that's what I think it's the goal. And so I'm going to just kind of layer that here, because what's going to happen is it's going to pop up. And I'm going to add a mushroom scenery. I have already stamped all those and cut it out. And then I also did hi, just because it says popping up to say hi. So I thought it'd be cute to be hi on the inside. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. But it comes from the alphabet dies, which are actually free right now with Stampin' Up. I don't know how they're giving this away free with a $60 order, because I paid $42 for this. So if you're doing a order and taking advantage of Celebration, this is definitely the best deal. But of course, get whatever you like. All right, so I'm just gonna I've already pre-did this, so you didn't have to watch me. So I'm just gonna kind of decide how I want it to be. I think I want it to be lower. Oh, I do this every time. I forgot to put something down underneath. Hopefully there was actually some glue that went down underneath that. It feels like it. Okay. I'll try not to do that with this one. I've also got this purple one. Ooh, and I think I cut out a tiny little stem. Okay, I might have to stamp that one again. Or maybe I'll just cut one of these. There is a cute little, like this little stubby stem. I thought I had cut it, but maybe I didn't. Or I probably did, and it's lost somewhere on this table. That's more likely, I suppose. Okay, so we're going to do this. And then a little back here. And then, I don't know, maybe I don't even need this purple one. I'll leave it off. Okay, and then I've also got this high. Yeah, I'm not liking it there. Okay, I'm leaving that off. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do is this is gonna get laid here, but I wanna make sure, so I'm making sure that, like, see how my grass kind of goes over? I don't want that to fold in that crease. So I'm looking at where it's gonna go. And then of course, when my card is closed, I want everything to be hidden. So it looks like right about there it is. So now I'm going to add some glue here. And let's just see, I can go up a little bit higher and a little over here. Okay, so now here is our pop-up card. So it says popping up to say hi, very simple on the outside. And then when it opens, it has that surprise of that pop-up. Again, when I saw that sentiment, I was like, I know I'm gonna make this card with it. So that's the first one. Today is Valentine's Day, so of course I need to do the exact same card, but using the Valentine. So I'm gonna show you, I've already started it. So I've done the exact same thing. So I used my template, I used Cherry Cobbler, I've used this Marbled Elegance, this beautiful paper. And then on the inside, it looks like this. So I used the back side of one of these sheets, and then I didn't like the back side of the other one. It didn't seem to coordinate. So I just used Melon Mambo paper. And then this one I put white because it is Cherry Cobbler. And then I'd cut the paper incorrectly actually. So I ended up with an extra strip. So I just glued that down here at the bottom. So now I'm gonna create, well, first I'm gonna do my front. So I just wanna show you a couple options. So with this suite, it has all these amazing heart dies. So I actually used the largest one, and I'm gonna put it here. So it, you know, just adds something in that cutoff piece. And actually, if you're not a fan of that cutoff piece, you could see where you could have a card base that goes over the front, and then you do another one and glue it on the inside, if that makes sense. All right, so I'm gonna put this here. Where'd my glue go? Here it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of look so I can do all this side. So don't want to glue my cards shut or have funky spots of glue. So I'm going to pay attention where that's going. Okay, so just like that. And then I did do the Sending Lots of Love, same stylish shapes die. And then of course I'm gotta use this gold trim. So I'm gonna put that behind it. All right, so helpful hints. See how it's curling on me? What I'm gonna do is I'm just going to straighten it out a little bit. And see, now it's completely straight and it won't do that to me. Okay, and I'm gonna cut that, oops. And then we're gonna put that over the top. And that one does not want to stay down, so I'm gonna add just a little piece of tape. So this is the Terran tape, I think is the name of it. There we go, just to keep that down. And then we're gonna pop this up. All right, so now comes, so that's the front. Again, a little more decorated than the mushroom one, but still keeping it simple. So now on the inside, I'm gonna create that pop-up. And so I just use all the, oh, look, there's that mushroom. Told you I made it and I'd find it somewhere. So I just did a whole bunch of hearts. I don't want that mushroom cap. And I'm just gonna play with it. So same thing, I wanna make sure that it's gonna fold in and not show. And then I also don't want it to lay here because then it's not gonna close nicely. So I'm just gonna kind of play and lay them and see. I think I like that one better. I don't know, we'll see. And of course I've got this gold one. Oh, yep, I really like that one. I want it to be, because, you know, sending lots of love is my sentiment, so I want to have as many hearts on here as I can get. Wonder if that will pop up. We're going to try it. So you'll get to experiment with me here. I might be testing the limits of what this can really do, but we're going to see. Hey, Carol, happy Valentine's Day. All right, now I've just got to make sure where I'm putting the glue. So, and of course, if you're nervous about that, you can always just pop it up. All right, let's see how this works. Oh, I didn't think, see, what did I tell you? Remember I said that rule, and look, I didn't follow it myself. Okay, so this one definitely needs to come off. So let's see, can I get away with another one? Oh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get away with another one. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna gently tear this one off, and I do have glue in that spot right there. So we're gonna make sure we cover that. All right. Okay, so now, oh, it's still not hidden in there. Come on. Okay. So there is our pop-up. See, I love it when it says sending lots of love, and then those hearts pop right up. Okay, so here's the mushroom version, popping up to say hi, and it pops up. All right, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope you enjoyed these 2 cards. Keep looking out. There's more Terrific Toadstools reels coming over the weekend. See you soon.